Just imagine, what would happen if a Shaolin monk started studying in an ordinary school? What would be the condition of the other students? Something like that happens in today's story. The story begins with a boy named Li, who used to teach Kung Fu at a Shaolin Gurukul. He had been training there since birth. One day, he went to the temple in the Gurukul and asked for forgiveness because what he was about to do might not be right. At that very moment, a warrior suddenly attacked him from the side. Li was startled by the sudden attack, but he somehow managed to defend himself. The warrior threw him against a wall, but Li quickly got back up and struck him mid-air. Within moments, he defeated him. Next came a sword-fighting warrior, but Li defeated him as well with his skills. Then he moved toward a third warrior who was meditating. Even then, hearing Li approach, the warrior attacked by throwing his beads, hitting Li's eyes and knocking him down. The warrior was about to win, but Li slipped away at the last moment, and an intense fight began between them. In the end, Li emerged victorious. After that, he bowed his head in the temple and left. The Gurukul teacher told him that he had shown the greatest skill in the test, so he would get a chance to go to a new school in the city. There, he would live with a family of 3, a father and his 2 children. The father was actually a scientist who knew the Gurukul teacher. After this, Li set off for the new city. At the school, there was a 15-year-old boy named Feng, who was a taekwondo player. His younger sister, Shan, loved him very much. She managed the school's training club and often pointed out his weaknesses so he could improve. Feng's brother was very fond of food and thought about nothing but eating all the time. The 4 of them were good friends and lived nearby. Their father, Dr. Han, worked very hard. His wife had passed away years ago, so he stayed busy with work. He was creating a special device which had caught the attention of some city thugs. Dr. Han called the children, but Lan was upset because her father never came home. He promised to return soon and told them to open the gift he had sent home. The box actually contained the same device that the thugs wanted to steal. Meanwhile, Li arrived at their house and Lan welcomed him inside and showed him his room. At the same time, Dr. Han was kidnapped by the thugs. The gang leader Larry threatened him to hand over the device. Dr. Han said there was no such dangerous device. He was actually working on AI technology that would allow his children to talk to a robot with their mother's voice. But Larry didn't believe him. The gang then planned to steal the device themselves. 2 of them, Slope and Fist, were excited because it was their first mission as thugs. They disguised themselves in strange clothes and went to Lan's house. One suggested breaking in at night, but the other said they could steal it during the day when the kids went to school. Meanwhile, Li was learning about city life. He saw Lan watching a taekwondo match and became interested in it. That night, he and Yu argued over a video game, but soon started enjoying it together. Later, when Lan opened the gift box in her room, she found a panda keychain. She didn't know it was actually a special pen drive the thugs were after. When she pressed the button, the panda asked her to set a password. Without realizing it, she accidentally set one. When it turned on, she discovered it contained an AI voice of her mother. The next morning, Li, Yu, and Lan went to school for the first time. The 2 thugs saw them leaving and decided to carry out their plan. One of them noticed the panda keychain hanging from Lan's bag, and they decided to snatch it from her. On the way, Lan introduced Li to Feng. At that moment, One of the thugs secretly stole the keychain and ran away. But Lee noticed him and quickly caught him with his agility. Feng also joined in, and together they beat the thug. However, he still managed to grab the panda again and ran off. Later, all the friends worked together and trapped him in a garbage bin, defeating him. At school, the students were shocked to see a Shaolin warrior in their class. They started asking him strange questions like whether he could get married and kept asking him to show kung fu moves. Finally, the teacher calmed them down and said they could do that during sports period. During sports class, the coach announced that next month there would be a fitness test and anyone who failed would not move to the next class. Hearing this, Yu got scared because he was very overweight and could barely walk. Then the coach made everyone run 100 meters. Lee finished 2 laps before time, while the other students were still on their first lap.
After that, they were told to do push-ups. Lee was already an expert at it. He did more than 100 push-ups, while the other kids couldn't even do 2. Then he even started doing push-ups with one hand. Seeing his ability, all the kids were amazed. Next came the high jump, which was very easy for Lee. Poor Yu, however, fell flat on his face. Meanwhile, Larry had tied Dr. Han to a chair and was torturing him by hitting him with golf balls. That night, the 2 thugs sneaked into Lan's house. Lee noticed them and tried to scare them by hiding behind a toy, but they soon spotted him and attacked. When Lan arrived, the thugs grabbed the panda device and escaped. Lee told Lan and Yu everything, but they thought he was joking. Later, we see the 2 thugs with their mouths full of golf balls. In reality, they had mistakenly stolen a perfume that looked like the panda keychain instead of the real device. Larry had to sell a special device to a company within 3 days, so he became very anxious. In anger, he hit the thugs with golf balls and ordered them to bring the real device as soon as possible. The next day at school, all the students were watching a taekwondo match. Meanwhile, Yu and Shanshan were sitting behind 2 strange-looking girls, who were actually the same 2 thugs in disguise. They spotted the panda on Lan's bag and waited for the right moment to steal it. At the same time, Lee challenged Feng to a match. All the students rushed forward to watch the exciting fight. Taking advantage of the moment, the thugs tried to steal the panda, but their fake hair got stuck. Meanwhile, Lee and Feng had an intense fight. Both were equally strong, and in the end, they decided not to hurt each other and ended the match. At that moment, everyone turned around and recognized the thugs. The students attacked them, but this time the thugs threatened to harm a child and escaped with the panda device. After that, the students went to the principal and called the police, explaining everything. Lee felt responsible, thinking that if he hadn't challenged Feng, Lan wouldn't have left her back. But the others comforted him and told him not to think that way. Finally, Larry got the device and ran a program on the computer, but it required a password. He didn't know it, so he called programmers to crack it, but even after a whole day, they failed. Furious, Larry checked Dr. Han's phone and saw a message from his daughter. Lan wanted her father to come home for her birthday the next day. Larry replied pretending to be Dr. Han and promised to attend the party. The next day, Lan and her friends were preparing for the birthday party. The others left to buy gifts, leaving Lan alone at home. Then she got a message that her father had arrived outside. But as soon as she stepped out, she was kidnapped and taken away in a van. At that moment, Lee and his friends saw the van and chased it on their bicycles. Eventually, they reached Dr. Hahn's lab. Inside, Larry was arguing with his business partner because he still didn't know the password, even though he planned to sell the device. In anger, he held a knife to Lan's throat and demanded the password. Lan replied, "There is no password," and at that moment, the program suddenly activated. Outside, the two thugs were guarding the hideout, but Lee and Feng quickly defeated them. Then they faced Bradley, one of Larry's strongest fighters. He was very dangerous, and even Lee and Feng together struggled against him. Inside the lab, the deal was about to be finalized when Yu secretly freed his sister and father. They joined the fight against the thugs. Meanwhile, Larry tried to escape with the device, but Dr. Hahn, Yu and Lan beat him up. At the same time, Lee joined Feng to fight Bradley, and together they finally managed to defeat him. In the end, the police arrived and arrested all the criminals. Later, Lee and Yu were awarded medals by the principal for their bravery. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.